So, welcome to my tutorial videos. Um, to my third tutorial video. And before we enter the lesson, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and let's go to the video. How many of you are excited to this video? If you're excited, just comment. So just comment something good. So nevertheless, we're going to be learning on the modes and minor scales. Modes of a scale. Before you should remember. Let me put this in landscape. Okay, okay. All right. Just forgive me. Let me use my time. So before we go to this to minor scale, because after we learned in our last class, we learned about major scales, we learned about inversions, and once you get to understand the inversions, you get to understand. Once you get to understand the major and the minor scale, you get to understand the inversions well. So before we go to the minor scale, we have to understand what a mode is. Now, as you should remember, the tones of the major scale correspond to either a major, minor, or diminished chord, which we'll be dealing on diminished chord later. After minor scale, we go to diminished chord and we treat on it. Now we're on minor scales first, but before we enter to minor scales, we treat on modes. We have already studied the major chord and various major chord progression, and like this chord. So we now studied the minor scale, as this will help us to easily play minor and various minor scales. So before we study minor scales, it is important that we understand the modes of a scale. Now, modes are a system of scale that began in ancient Greece. Just like a major or minor, or a mode is a scale of 8 notes in alphabetical order. So, for example, in the key of C, so we're going to treat on modes of a scale, because in the key of scale, that's where you can understand and understand the modes very well. So it's very easy. So this is our modes, and in this each of these modes, it has names. It has different names, which which um which I'm gonna be playing for you, so you can understand. What I just played. So in this mode, we're going to be playing um, first degree Iona scale. So in the Iona scale, is all about this. Iona scale is your major. That's your major scale. So that's for Iona scale. That is the first. We have. Okay, let me mention the mode so you can write it down. We have Iona scale, Ionan. That's Ionian mode. So we have Dorian mode, Dorian mode. We have we have free we have Phrygian mode. We have Phrygian mode, Phrygian yeah, Phrygian mode. We have Lydian, that's Lydian. We have Mysolydian, Mixolydin. We have Aeolian, Aeolian. We have Locrian, um, Locrian. So that's Locrian scale is a simple major scale. Then Mixolydian mode. Mixolydian mode. This let me tell you the most related to major and the most related to minor. So Mixolydian mode falls under major. That's a major scale. Miscellaneous mode falls under major. That's the major scale. And miscellaneous, we say miscellaneous is our fifth scale. That's it. Sorry, our fifth scale. Yeah, it falls under our major scale as the white keys. Now, Lydian mode is simply a major scale with fourth tone raised a half step. Bicillionaire mode is a major scale which is 7 tone lowered a half step. So let me explain it here. The bicillionaire scale is the fifth, which is this. So this is in the key of G. You get? So this is half lowered half step down, which makes it like this. That's why it's called a miscellaneous mode. Now, Lydian is a major scale with a fourth tone raised a half step. So we talked about Lydian mode. Is Lydian mode is our fourth scale degree. What is our fourth scale degree? That's this. In the key of C, I'm using the key of C. That's this. So in the key of C, it is our fourth scale degree. So we said that in this major Lydian mode is simply a major scale with the fourth tone raised half step. Yeah, the fourth tone. This is F, in the key of F. So in the fourth tone, yeah, raised a half step. So that's why this is it. So it's just Lydian mode. So all these things explain how it was. So let me tell you the mode related to minor scales. Now we have Aeolian. Aeolian mode is related to minor scales, and we talked about Aeolian mode. The Aeolian mode falls under the sixth scale degree. What's our sixth scale degree in the key of C? This is the sixth scale degree. So sixth scale degree of a major scale. So we said that Aeolian mode falls under the sixth scale. So it's simply a natural minor scale. So this is in the key of A, is a natural. That's why it's played like this. So it's a minor scale on the key of A. So that's for Aeolian. Then Dorian mode is a natural. I'm telling you the modes that are related to minor scale. Don't forget. Now Dorian mode falls under the minor scale, which is a natural minor scale with the sixth tone raised a half step. And we talked about Dorian. Dorian is our second scale degree. So we talked about Dorian, second scale degree. So Dorian is a natural scale, it's a natural minor scale with sixth tone raised a half step. So this is Dorian, but this is a key of D, in major key of D. So it's a major minor scale, sixth tone raised a half step, raised, not come down, raised a half step. So it's now like this. Okay, do you grab it? If you grab it, say no. Okay, you don't grab it. Now sixth tone raised a half step. So this 1 2, this is in the key of D. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, but actually it is not only the sixth tone that is being okay, yes, this one is being raised a half step up, but likewise that the third was being lowered a half step. Check it out. D, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So the third was here, and then the deceased 5 6 was raised up, raised a half step. So the third was lowered, then the sixth was raised up. Do you get it? So it's now going to be D. That's why it's called a, what is it called? A Dorian mode. Okay, now we're going to Phrygian mode. Phrygian mode is basically the third scale degree, which is related to minor scale. So it's a natural minor scale with second tone lowered a half step. It's a natural minor scale, which is our third degree. It's in the key of E. So a Phrygian mode is a natural minor scale with the second tone lowered a half step. So this is our second tone, 1 2. So it's lowered a half step. Okay, a half step. So that's why it is not only that is lowered a half step, also our 1 2 3 4 5 is also raised a half step to this. Remember, so our second tone lower the half step is being raised down, then our fifth is being lowered, is being raised up. So our second is being lowered down, our fifth is being lowered and being raised up. So it's now, so that's why. Okay, yeah. Another thing is being raised. Another thing is being raised. It's being raised down. Yeah, another thing is being raised. That's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So our six is raised down. Our seven is being raised down, and then our two is being raised down. So that's why it's so. In this kind of case, maybe you saw somebody playing something like this. So that's how sometimes. So don't worry. I'm gonna at the end of this video, I'm gonna just do a little exercise. But mind you, always remember that we are going to be treating this one after the other and their applications. So just anticipate for more videos from me so that we can be doing more of this, because we're going to be doing Lydian mode, we're going to be doing Lydian mode, all these things, application to it and progression. By that time you have entered progression. So the 251 progression and all those progressions, we're going to add this. That's why Corin Henry, they are good. That's why you see somebody like Jesus Molina, they use modes, they mostly use modes, they use modes. So that's the way it is. 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 So